On y'all, CorporateLikes Entertainment, the Field will Fill Season 4. I got a special guest, drum work recording artist Jay Skeese. What's up, man?
What's going on, man? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I appreciate you, bro. Real shit.
You already know, man. Happy to be here, man. I'm glad you reached out.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. You know, I know I go to these concerts and shit, and you one of the few artists, maybe the only artist that was on the floor interacting with the fans, man. I think that's really dope. That's dope.
Yeah, man. I mean, I like it's just a part of my whole thing. Like, I'm 32 years old, man, and for a minute, you know what I'm saying? Not for a minute, but for a very long time. I was working check to check, you know what I'm saying, doing what I had to do to survive. And so I think that gave me a sense of like humility where it's like, you know what I mean? I'm not better than nobody. You get a lot of these artists, you know what I mean? They get their shot and then they get on these records, they talk about what you don't have and they want to flaunt and do all this and do all that. But like I'm really from the people. So it's like, I like to tap in, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like man, that's rare. Like I was shocked. I'm like, oh shit, is that who I think it is? You know, you had your jewels on, you talking to everybody, taking pictures. Niggas usually don't do that, so I really say I appreciate you for that. Real shit.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I'm glad I got to tap in with so many different people, man, on the road so far. I think we've done like 13, 14 shows, you know what I mean? And I've met a lot of good people, a lot of cool people. So, you know what I mean? What city was it that you were in?
Cleveland, Ohio.
Dope. Yeah, that was dope. That was dope. Cleveland was actually fire. I love Cleveland.
That's a good to hear, man. And that was my first time being at the Beachland Ballroom. Yeah, the Beachland. That was my first
Yeah,
time being there, so that was
yeah,
dope.
it was actually one of the smaller venues that we did, but it was more personal. You know what I'm saying? It was dope. I love playing like more personal shows because you really get the energy. You know what I mean?
Definitely personal. So, but again, I appreciate you for that shit, man.
No doubt, man.
So, where you from, bro? I mean, I know. Let the people know where you from.
Yeah, no doubt, man. From the east side of Buffalo, you already know, man.
Yeah, Buffalo, man. Y'all putting on for hip hop, man. Not just Buffalo, but hip hop in
Yeah,
itself. Y'all doing y'all thing.
yeah, nah, for a fact, man. Like growing up, here in Buffalo, it was like nobody really from here had really made it as far as like rapping and hip hop and stuff like that. So, coming up, it was like it was a lot of cats who was doing their thing, and it was a lot of competition, and it was a lot of cats who what I'm saying. Everybody wanted to do the same thing. You know what I mean? Like everybody
Yeah,
wanted to be that first person, that first group to get on. You know what I mean? And so it made it like to where a lot of cats here. It's a lot of nice cats here because you had to be nice.
yeah. Like there's no choice. You know, you want to make it, you gotta be nice, not no bullshit.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You got to stand out.
How's the music scene down there though? Besides the competition, like it's different. It's
I
just hip
mean,
hop, or
it's
it's like
it's it's actually really dope, man. There's a lot of different people here, man. We got like a real crazy like artsy scene that kind of came up over the last few years. I mean, hip hop is definitely prevalent here. You know what I mean? Like you get hip hop wherever there's kind of like poverty, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So and Buffalo is definitely one of those cities, you know what I mean? Like it's not a rich city whatsoever, especially, the inner city like east side, west side, you know what I mean? Um, but there's a lot of different things going on too. Like there's a lot of different singers, there's different rock bands. I know a few country singers. Like there's
okay,
you get a good amount of different genres of music here. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what you into and what you pay attention to. A lot of the time though, like you have to go and find whatever it is that you into. Like, but with Buffalo, it's not just gonna be there. It's like it's not gonna be right in front of your face. Like it's there, but you gotta go and find it.
you
That's
gotta
the thing.
research it, like hit them different avenues and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Because like I'll give you this example. There's like University of Buffalo. We get a lot of kids who come up from New York, and where the campus is, it's like on the outskirts of the cities, or on the outskirts of the city, like both of the campuses, I should say.
Uh,
And when you talk to those students, they'll tell you, "Yo, it's nothing to do in Buffalo. Like Buffalo is so whack." But that's because they don't ever go into the city and go and find things to do. Then you talk to people, if you let them know that, and then they start to go, do their research and go move around. They're like, "Oh, nah, Buffalo is pretty dope." So, you know what I mean?
and that's dope. That's dope, man. When did you sign the drum work?
So I signed a drum work in February of this year. I was the first signee to drum work.
That's what I thought I was. I didn't want to speculate. Okay, February. Man, how's y'all chemistry in the studio? You, Conway, Love the Genius. How y'all chemistry and stuff?
Man, it's dope. So I've known Love the Genius for a long time. Conway, I've known like who Conway is for a long time as well, like 5+ years. Just never was really around him up until about this time last year. But man, it's always real dope. You know what I mean, to be in the studio with them because I mean they're both two like truly, honestly talented, like some of the best talent ever as far as hip hop spitters, and I consider myself to be that as well. So to be in the studio with and not be like and not feel like okay, I know I'm the best rapper in the room right now.
Yeah,
It
yeah, yeah.
just takes me to another level. You know what I mean? Because I want to be considered the best rapper in the room when I'm sitting with them two. So the chemistry is always super dope. And then like rapping with them too, but then with just Conway, period. Like Conway is one of the best rappers ever to me. So
Definitely.
I wanna always make my presence known whenever I'm on a track with him or with me in Love. It's the same thing. Like I want to make my presence known, and we make great music together. I feel like you know what I mean.
I was gonna say that, like, for you to just sign in February and you're definitely making your presence known. Most artists sign somebody, you don't hear from them till years later, or you might get a feature here and there. You've been all over the place. I think he's on 3 tracks on the
Yeah.
Machina album. I think he's on 2 of the songs on Deluxe from King to God. Um, you just dropped the Revolver Ocelot. Like you've been everywhere. You've been making a name, a
Mm-hmm.
buzz. So I think that right there says a lot. Because most artists that sign under somebody else wouldn't really do it how you're doing it. You've been consistent with everything.
Yeah, nah, no doubt, man. And it just goes towards like my work ethic, you know what I'm saying? Because I always told myself if I ever put myself in a position where I was, if I was about to get a record deal, or if I got a record deal, I would have to go as hard as I could. Like I'll give you the example, like, you were saying on La Machina, I was on there 3 times. I really was only supposed to be on there once. So
Mm,
that was supposed to be on Sister Abigail. And so it was times where, and even with the deluxe, like I was on Stephon Diggs. I wasn't really supposed to be on that song.
right.
But we sitting in the studio and Conway told me like from the time I got with him, one thing that stuck with me, it was seize the moment. And we sitting in the studio and he's doing his thing and I'm sitting there, I'm writing hooks. And that was how Blood Roses came about. You know what I mean? Like I'm in the studio, I'm writing a hook, and then he comes out the booth. I'm like, yo, I got a hook. You know what I mean? Check it out. He's rocking with it. Then, we recorded and it was crazy. And then it was the same thing kind of with Grace. He sent me the beat and the beat was crazy. And it just reminded me of like the old school, like Rockefeller, like Freeway and
Yeah,
Jay-Z and
yeah.
Beans. That's where it took me to. And
Freestyle.
we had a conversation and he was like, yo, how you going to like separate yourself from like other rappers? You know what I mean? Because at the time I wasn't really known at all. You know what I'm saying? And so, I sat down and I wrote that hook and that verse with Grace, and he heard it. As soon as he came to the studio, he heard it. He was like, "Man, I got to get on this," and then he decided to put that on his album. So, I'm blessed to be in a position where I can make that type of impact. You know what I mean? Because it's like, it kind of takes him there. You know what I'm saying? As great as an artist as he is, it's like I know that my art inspires him as well. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah,
and it's dope enough to go on his shit. And he has a very high standard, you know what I'm saying, at this point in his career. You feel me?
yeah. And I can see that when you separate yourself because you stand out on your own in each song. You know what I'm saying? You get most
Right.
artists, again, they might drop a hook or a song and that's it. And it'd be weak. Your shit is on par every single time. And you don't get that often. So you definitely standing out. You definitely separating yourself. So that's really dope. That's dope.
Word, man. Appreciate that.
Do you have are you working on a debut album right now or like maybe a mixtape or are you working on something else right now?
Yeah, so my debut album is done. It's called Abolish Uncertainties. It's mixed. All my
You just
features is done, everything.
you just dropped the like a snippet like maybe an hour ago, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I dropped it and I took it right back off. You know what I'm
Oh
saying? To
shit.
give people something real quick.
I
So
feel
I
you.
put it on the gram real quick and I took it right back off. But yeah, so that's my debut drum work album, Abolish Uncertainties, man. And shit it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That the album is nuts. So I got that. I got the Revolver Ocelot project. That's a joint that I've been taking on the road with me.
Yeah, I got my
I've
copy
been
right
I've been
here.
selling it on the road.
Still in
Yeah,
the
you got to
plastic.
see. That's what's
Still in the
up.
plastic.
That's what's up, man. That's
Still in
what's
the
up. Hell
plastic.
yeah. But yeah, that's the joint I've been selling on the road. It's not out just yet, but that'll be coming out soon to streaming.
Okay.
So you can check that out. Also, I got another project that I did while I was kind of doing Revolver Ocelot with my homies from First Class. So that's Billy Esco, Camouflage Monk, Mitch Arizona, OG Soul, and then Drop Dead, and then the homie Grape Juice. We put together a project as well, and that joint's called God Body. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be dropping soon as well.
Okay. Damn, you got a lot of shit. Okay. You working.
Yes,
You
sir.
got a lot of shit on
Yeah, I'm working.
That's
working.
dope. That's dope as fuck.
Yes,
How would you describe your style as far as rapping? Because it's not, ABC cat in the hat shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not none of that. It's actually what I like, that real rap, like artwork. Like what would you describe your style of rapping?
I like to describe it as, like it's just real bar heavy. It's gonna evoke thought. When you listen to my bars, like some of my favorite artists, man, like Lupe Fiasco and Black Thought. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the cats, like, the Big Crits and the Jay-Z's, the Nas. It's like those are the cats that I listen to. And I've been like that since I was a kid. Like I've always been into words. Like I was 6, 7 years old and I would sit there and write short stories. So like words have always intrigued me, you know what I'm saying? And that was before I was even like putting words together and rhyming. So yeah, like I just like to think of myself as like a lyricist, man, because you can approach songs, you know what I'm saying, and you don't have to be what you hear all the time. You know what I mean? And that's just
true.
As an artist, period. You know what I'm saying? Like you hear
true.
what you hear on the radio or what you might hear on YouTube all the time. Like you can be different, and that's like that's kind of like my brand that I want to push towards people. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just because I'm a rapper doesn't mean that I have to talk about shooting guns or selling dope or how I'm popping pills, drinking lean. Like I can actually have some substance. Like the Kendrick Lamar's is like, those are like my niggas. Those are my favorites. You know what I'm saying? The Ab Souls and all that, like that bring that substance and is different. So I want to be kind of like classified in that lane as like a spitter, but not a spitter who is just like talking about the same shit that's like bringing all of us down to a lower vibration. Like I want to raise your vibration when you listen to my shit. You feel me?
Yeah. You first mentioned Lupe Fiasco. That's one of my favorite artists of all time. And a lot of people don't mention Lupe Fiasco, but with his early days,
he's
man, like
the illest. He's the illest lyricist ever. It's no debate. No like it's no debating it. Like when you listen to the way that he puts his shit together, the stories, the metaphors, the similes, it's no debate. Nobody's better than him.
I feel. I remember back in the day. What year is that? Like 06. I was riding around, doing my thing and listening to Lupe. Like, is this nigga better than Jay-Z? Because that's why I really thought at that point. But he's in my personal top 2 all time, Lupe Fiasco.
Gotta be, bro. Gotta be. He is, like I said, it's crazy. Even if you just go back to the story of the Cool and like the way that he broke that, like, niggas can't do that.
They really can't.
Niggas can't do that.
That's crazy as fuck. I mean? That's dope. Shout out to Lupe, man.
For a fact.
For real.
Yeah, big shout out to Lupe.
Definitely. How has the tour been for you? How the experience been in each city?
It's been it's been crazy because what I didn't know was that people knew who I am, like everywhere. You know what I mean? Like it's one thing to be like a rapper and be from Buffalo and people to know from Buffalo, like who I am and, know my history and know how long I've been doing it and how long I've been working. But then for people in Minneapolis, you know what I'm saying? I go to Boston and, people like they see me and they're like, man, I love you. You know what I'm saying? We go to Detroit. It was a dude, man, I forget my man's name, but he was like, he wouldn't even like stop talking to me for like 25 minutes, telling me how like he went back in my discography and was listening to everything that I've ever done. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a great experience for me because it's kind of like the ultimate validation of everything that I kind of knew for a very long time. Like, yo, if I just keep working, like it'll like the art will be appreciated. I just have to keep working. You know what I'm saying? Because it's only gonna get better and people just gonna fuck with it eventually. So between that and then, like you said earlier, working the merch table, signing the CDs, signing the sneakers, signing people's hats and shirts, and you know what I'm saying, tapping in with people in different cities. Like I'm doing podcasts and I'm doing interviews with different people, but I'm actually meeting these people. That's been a great experience as well because again, it puts a face to the name or a face to the name and a face to the voice. And then also it just brings that level. I'm letting people know how humble I am because like honestly, I didn't think I would ever be in this position. Like, of course, I was rapping and I was making music and I was, pushing my brand and all that. But I've been doing it for so long, I didn't know if it was really a reality for me. You know what I'm saying? So to be in this position now, it's like, damn, like I enjoy every minute, second, millisecond of this shit. Like, it's like the ultimate. It's really the ultimate validation. And what's so crazy about this shit is, my best friend of 20 years, you know what I'm saying? Like, he actually passed away on July 5th, and he was like my biggest supporter. He was like that was like my man 50 grand, my Ace Boom Coon, my man Weez. Shout out my man Weez, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
He was actually gonna be right there on tour with me. You know what I'm saying? He was actually coming with me just to do my merch and just to kind of see me in my moment. He was telling more people about this shit than I was. You know what I'm saying? How happy he was and how hype he was. And he passed real suddenly, you know what I'm saying, on July 5th. And so, that's giving me the extra boost and the extra confidence to just say, yo, now, like, I can't let my man down. Like, when I tell you he was there when I was 12 years old, writing my first rhymes on notebook paper, he was telling me then, like, yo, bro, you really gonna do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was like my man. So, it's crazy to kind of still be in this moment and to just kind of push through it. Cause for a minute, I wasn't sure if I could even, push through and make it to this point. So, it's ill. It's an ill moment.
Yeah. Blessing to his family and shit too. I hope all is well with that, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
Is there a time you wanted to give up? Like, you just, you know what? Fuck this shit, man. This ain't working. I'm cool. I'll just do my own thing. Was there ever a time?
Yeah, it was actually, it was a couple times actually, man. And one time, it was actually right before I had my daughter. Shout out my daughter now. She's 5 years old now. It was a point in time when I wasn't even rhyming. Like, I had moved. I was, like I said, I was working like a regular job, and I was trying to climb the corporate ladder at that job. And so I had moved out of Buffalo. I moved to Syracuse, and I was just out there, like, just working like this 9 to 5. And it was killing me because I didn't really love it. And I ended up having my daughter. And then it got even crazier because I wasn't really even able to try and rhyme, like, because I had to work 2 jobs. Her mom was in school. I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was really grinding. I was at a low point in my life. And I was telling my man Weez, and I was just like, yo, bro, like, I think it's dead for this rap shit. Like, it's over. And I hadn't put out a project in over a year. He would just like tell me, like, yo, bro, nah, like, you gotta just keep going, bro. You gotta keep doing this shit. Like, you too nice. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep going. And by a stroke of luck, I ended up getting an opportunity to come back to Buffalo, move my family back to Buffalo and shit. And then from there, it was actually funny. Like, it was like maybe a week after I got back, I ended up linking with Westside at this fashion show. And when I linked with him, we went and got some wings afterwards. We was eating and shit. And I was playing him some music, and he was fucking with it so heavy. And he was like, yo, bro, you gotta keep going. And then there was another time I saw Benny. This was early 2018, seen him at the studio. He was like, bro, you still rapping, right? Like, just keep going, bro. Just keep going. And this is right before TT3. You know what I'm saying? So and all that. He like, bro, just keep going. Like, I'm telling you, you gonna get there, and just keep going. And so, hearing that and then getting back into it, doing my shows and putting out projects and putting out music, that was what really got me back into it, like getting back here in Buffalo and feeling the energy. Because around that time, it was just a lot of creative energy. A lot of people's spirits were high because they had just signed a Shady and everything. Like, it was just like, it was bubbling up, you know what I'm saying? And so that was what kind of kept me going and pushing.
That's dope. I'm glad you kept at it because you're elite MC, man. Like, that's,
man. Thank you. Thank you.
And during, hitting each venue and shit, people singing your songs though. That's like validation for, like, damn, I actually made it. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone was singing verses and hooks on the tour. So that's dope as fuck.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact, man.
Is Sway Uppers gonna be a single off the Unbothered Uncertainties, or just a single you just dropped?
Yeah, no, that's going on the album. Sway Uppers, that was the first drumwork single. Great song in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like my introduction to kind of like the world, like, you know what I'm saying, my style. And when you listen to Revolver Ocelot, you kind of get more of who I am as an MC. Like, with the features that I did with, like, Conway, it was more so just showing people that I could rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you actually listen to, like, Revolver, you listen to Sway Uppers, you get like who I am as an artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree. Well, I know you dropped the project, I want to say 2020, Asphalt Calligraphy. How you bring about?
Yes, sir.
How was the concept about that? How did that come about? That whole that it's
So at
it's
the
like art to
time,
me. It's like art, it's an
yeah,
art
right,
form.
right.
Like it's art, and it's like you don't say that often with albums. Even with classic albums, you don't say it's art. It's just it's a classic album, but this is like a real art form album. But how'd you come up with that concept?
Right. No, that's a fact, man. And I appreciate that you picked up on that. So when I was actually formulating the album, because I made that over a period of time, and I
Okay,
like wrapped it up real quick, like over
gotcha.
like 2 months.
Okay,
And what it was, Conway had reached out to me in June of last year, and he was telling me that he had interest in signing me, and he was starting up the label, starting up drum work, and I was like, bet. And then I didn't hear from him again for like another 3 months until like right before From King to a God came out. And so that whole summer, because I actually paint too, so I was more so focused on like painting and selling my artwork and selling my clothing and stuff like that.
oh.
And it got closer to September. I was like, you know what, man, I'm gonna just put out this project, you know what I'm saying, and see what happens. And so I finished up wrapping up the album, and I wanted to call it, because I had Subjective Humility, and then I wanted to call it Asphalt Calligraphy, because it was like, for me, calligraphy is like a very like it's like a very unique and just beautiful art, you know what I'm saying? Beautiful writing, I should say, like there's like different languages that you could consider to be calligraphy. Like Arabic writing, that's like a style of calligraphy.
Gotcha.
And so when I was thinking about it, I was like, I wanted to make beautiful writing for the street. And so asphalt is like the ground, it's like the street, you know what I'm saying? So I put the two together, Asphalt Calligraphy. You feel what I'm saying? And it was just like a collection of songs that I made over a period of time. And I got Mika Ware. Shout out to Mika Ware. She's actually from LA. Okay. She came together with like the cover, and it was just beautiful, because the project wasn't really formulated in one specific direction. It was more so like a collection of songs where I was just like showing different ways that I can rap, different ways that I can, talk my shit. And also at the same time, it was very very intricate at points. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm telling stories. I'm just really showing my lyrical ability. And it came together, man. Like the project is actually like, it's probably one of my favorites, you know what I'm saying, out of all my joints. I love Asphalt Calligraphy. And there's a lot of people out there too that really appreciate that joint for different reasons, you know what I mean? And that's always the best, when you have people who, there's different people who appreciate your shit for different reasons, different songs. Okay, on this song you said this, on this song you said that. I love this, I love that. And so that means to me that I have a full body of work that can be appreciated.
Yeah, and it's definitely noticed. It's definitely noticed, man. So I've been telling, hey, check this nigga out, man. Skeese. Like I've been telling everybody. Cause I first heard you on the From King to a God. I'm like, who is it? Who's this nigga? Okay.
Yo, that was the reaction from everybody.
Yeah.
Like when niggas heard Crack in the 90s, I remember the day when it came out. It was like people wasn't ready for it. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. They wasn't. I know I wasn't.
They wasn't ready for it, because it was like when I remember when Conway posted the track list and they saw me on there 2 times. And like it was mad people in the comments, who the hell is Skeese? And I remember being on Twitter that day. And when it came out, when people heard it, it was like people was making memes with like the fucking Power Rangers and wrestlers like Me Love and Conway. Yo, people wasn't ready for it. And then it was like a thing where it was like, okay, like maybe that was just a one-off. Maybe this dude and this girl just aren't really that nice. And it was like when Sister Abigail came out, it kind of confirmed it, like, hold on, nah, these motherfuckers can spit.
That's what I'm saying? Y'all went nuts on that shit. That shit was crazy.
Word, man. Thank you, King. And what's so crazy is, I'll give you a little tidbit with Sister Abigail. We had drove down to New York City. It was us 3 and our photographer. We drove down to New York City, and he did the Joe Button podcast. We just happened to be there. Oh, okay. And so I think we got up 5 a.m, drove down. I think I drove the whole way there. We get there, we do the podcast, and then we went to the studio. So I was like tired as hell, bro. Yeah. I was like ready to pass out. And I remember writing that verse, and I didn't even like the verse.
What?
That was the thing. I didn't even like it, bro. I didn't even like. I swear to God, bro. I wanted to re-record. I wanted to rewrite it. because I heard love verse and I heard bro verse, and I was like, okay, I need to go back in. And I remember telling Conway that, and he was like, nah, bro, your verse is crazy. Your verse, I'm like, all right, bro, whatever.
Yeah. Damn,
And
what you say? You said
my scrambling open canvases got me dipped in the painting brush. I'm counting through these bands, I spade an acre up. You know what I mean? Like
it's like word to P, I keep it thorough to the bone and marrows.
Yeah. On point, like archers with bows and arrows on solar flare.
That shit was crazy. Nigga, like, oh shit. That's my favorite song of the album. I ain't go for it. That shit fire. I'm like, this nigga went nuts, man.
Nah, man. Thank you. And what's so crazy about that verse is too, and I didn't even realize it when I was writing it. I actually didn't even curse in the whole verse. It was somebody that tweeted it and actually put me on. I didn't even realize.
Yeah,
I didn't curse that entire verse. It's crazy. But yeah, man, Sister Abigail, it's actually, man, it's one of those classic hip hop joints. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Word.
That's dope, man. That's so dope, man. Well,
Word,
if
man.
you can you name your producers you're working with on the new album?
So I got Mitch Arizona on there. Yeah, I got a couple. I got Mitch Arizona on there. I got Buddha the Future on there. I got and it was just like a collection of songs that I made over a period of time. And I got Mika Ware. Shout out to Mika Ware. She's actually from LA. Okay. She came together with like the cover, and it was just beautiful because the project wasn't really formulated in one specific direction. It was more so like a collection of songs where I was just like showing different ways that I can rap, different ways that I can, talk my shit. And also at the same time, it was very very intricate at points. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm telling stories. I'm just really showing my lyrical ability. And it came together, man. Like the project is actually like, it's probably one of my favorites, you know what I'm saying, out of all my joints. I love Asphalt Calligraphy. And there's a lot of people out there too that really appreciate that joint for different reasons, you know what I mean? And that's always the best when you have people who, there's different people who appreciate your shit for different reasons, different songs. Okay, on this song you said this, on this song you said that. I love this, I love that. And so that means to me that I have a full body of work that can be appreciated.
Yeah, and it's definitely noticed. It's definitely noticed, man. So I've been telling, hey, check this nigga out, man. Skeese. Like I've been telling everybody. Cause I first heard you on the from King to a God. I'm like, who is this? Who is this nigga? Okay.
Yo, that was the reaction from everybody.
Yeah.
Like when niggas heard Crack in the 90s, I remember the day when it came out. It was like people wasn't ready for it. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. They wasn't. I know I wasn't.
They wasn't ready for it because it was like when I remember when Conway posted the track list and they saw me on there 2 times. And it was mad people in the comments, who the hell is Skeese? And I remember being on Twitter that day. And when it came out, when people heard it, it was like people was making memes with like the fucking Power Rangers and wrestlers like Me Love and Conway. Yo, people wasn't ready for it. And then it was like a thing where it was like, okay, like maybe that was just a one-off. Maybe this dude and this girl just aren't really that nice. And it was like when Sister Abigail came out, it kind of confirmed it. Like, hold on, these motherfuckers can spit.
That's when what I'm saying. Y'all went nuts on that shit. That shit was crazy.
Word, man. Thank you, King. And what's so crazy is I'll give you a little tidbit with Sister Abigail. We had drove down to New York City. It was us 3 and our photographer. We drove down to New York City, and we did. He did the Joe Button podcast. We just happened to be there. Oh, okay. And so I think we got up 5 a.m, drove down. I think I drove the whole way there. We get there, we do the podcast, and then we went to the studio. So I was like tired as hell, bro. Yeah. I was like ready to pass out. And I remember writing that verse, and I didn't even like the verse.
What?
That was the thing. I didn't even like it, bro. I didn't even like. I swear to God, bro. I wanted to re-record. I wanted to rewrite it because I heard love verse and I heard bro verse, and I was like, okay, I need to go back in. And I remember telling Conway that, and he was like, nah, bro, your verse is crazy. Your verse. I'm like, all right, bro, whatever.
Damn. What you say? You said
my scrambling open canvases got me dipped in the painting brush. Counting through these bands, I spade an acre up. You know what I mean? Like
it's like word to P, I keep it thorough to the bone and marrows.
on point, like archers with bows and arrows. I sold the flame.
That shit was crazy. Nigga, like, oh shit. That's my favorite song. I ain't go for it. That shit fire. I'm like, this nigga went nuts, man.
Nah, man, thank you. And what's so crazy about that verse is too, and I didn't even realize it when I was writing it. I actually didn't even curse in the whole verse. It was somebody that tweeted it and actually put me on. I didn't even realize.
Yeah,
I didn't curse that entire verse. It's crazy. But yeah, man, Sister Abigail it's actually, man, it's one of those classic hip hop joints. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Word.
That's dope, man. That's so dope, man. Well,
Word,
if
man.
you can you name your producers you're working with on the new album?
So I got Mitch Arizona on there. Yeah, I got a couple. I got Mitch Arizona on there. I got Buddha the Future on there. I got man, who else is on there? My man Age 88. Actually, no, he just goes by Age. Man, I got EK Tyson. Man, I think the most notable producers that I have on there are gonna be Tony Seltzer and Buddha the Future. Everybody else is like cats that I've just been working with, or that I've worked with over the last few months since I kind of signed drum work, and people reached out. Because for me, like, I would love to work with like the Alchemists and the Rock Marcies and all these different producers, man. But I really look for sound. I don't really like, it's not a name thing for me. And of course that helps, like when people see, okay, you got this person on your album, it helps. But I have enough confidence in myself as an artist to where it's like, I don't really need that yet. You know what I'm saying? Like that, if I do go that route to start working with some of these bigger producers, it's, you know what I'm saying, it'll be cool to do it, but I just trust my ear and the way that I hear these sounds, man. And my man Cartoon is on there too. Shout out to Cartoon. He's one of the illest, man. Like one of the illest that's on the come up, I should say. He was actually on the Lloyd Banks album. He's got a few other placements coming up soon too, man. And y'all gonna know his name as well. You know what I'm saying? He's crazy dope. He's all over the album. I think he got 3-4 joints on there.
Oh, nice. What's the track looking like? You got 12, 14, 10, 16?
It's actually on the nose, 12 tracks. I didn't want to keep it too long. I didn't want to not give enough. So it's 12 tracks, and it's a strong 12. I'm talking about, I come out the gate punching you in the mouth. And then
that's what we need, man.
I kind of take you, like the album is crazy, bro. I'm not going to hold you. Like, it takes you on a super high, you know what I'm saying, the first few tracks. And then I kind of bring it down a little bit. And then the rest of the album, I really just give you my story and like kind of who I am. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like the name Abolished Uncertainties, when I was thinking of it. So it goes along kind of with, Subjective Humility, Asphalt Calligraphy, Abolished Uncertainties. And when I was thinking of, what to call it. Yeah, right. What to kind of call it. It was like where I am now as an artist, I'm a signed artist, a national touring artist.
Yeah.
I'm working with legends. You know what I'm saying? I'm meeting legends, people that I've looked up to my whole career. It's kind of like, for a long time, there was like almost like a handcuff or like a lock on my mind, or you know what I'm saying? And and it was because I wasn't progressing in the way that I thought that I would. And so with all these things that are happening for me now, it's kind of like those chains are being lifted, those chains are broken. And, you can be a slave to your own mind. You know what I'm saying? And so when I was thinking of what to call the album, it was like abolish. Like that was all I could think of. Like, we breaking the chains, like, because I was a slave to my own mind. So we abolishing that. And we're abolishing the uncertainty, like the uncertainty of not knowing, okay, is this going to be like, is music really going to be like my career? Do I have a future in it? Can I make it happen? A year ago, my mom was telling me like, yo, you should be thinking about going back to trade school or something, because it's not too late for you to do that. You're young enough to do that. You know what I'm saying? And so again, it just goes back to like the uncertainties and the things that I've sacrificed, and we abolishing all that, because now we on the right track. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, kind of like you're scared to put that foot forward in because you might fail, or you got to break that. Just do it. If you fail, try it again. If you know what
it is, what it is.
Try, yeah. That's
exactly.
That's inspiration though, because you can self-sabotage easily. You know what I'm saying?
Very easily. And literally, I talk about it on the album. Like, you'll hear it on the album. You know what I'm saying? I address everything. Like, because for a long time, I feel like, you know, if you listen to me in prior years, prior projects, I never really gave a full breakdown of like me and who I am as a person. Like I more so was always real super focused on like letting people know that I was nice as an MC. I could rap.
Mm-hmm.
On this joint, you get that, but you also get my story. You will understand who I am, and it's super relatable because again, like I'm 32 years old. I worked a job for 10 plus years. You know what I mean? Like I've been on a paycheck to paycheck wave. I've been, you know what I'm saying, like just trying to get to this next point for a very long time. Where a lot of people are, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people have dreams, but they just haven't got to that next point yet, and everybody's working towards something. So it's like, you know, the album is a real reflection of that experience and everything that I've kind of been through.
That's dope, man. I think that's, especially in the Black community, we need to hear that, man. Like, don't give up. You know what I'm saying? Like, just keep trying. Don't self-sabotage. Keep doing what you got to do, man. You got to do. You got to
It's
figure it out.
important.
You know what I mean?
It's important. Like I said, you get so many rappers who, as soon as they get their deal, as soon as they get their shot, they just want to tell you about, you know what I'm saying, the chains they wearing or the cars they driving, who it is that they sleeping
How'd
with.
you get
and that's
here?
cool.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how'd you get here?
Yeah,
Like,
right. How
you
did
know
you
what I'm saying?
get here? What happened? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like you just went from here to here.
Exactly.
What did you do?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's important, man. I just what's the most important to me is just inspiring the younger people and then the people that's my age that still got shit they want to do. And it don't matter if you want to be like a rapper. It don't matter if you want to go to fucking medical school. It don't matter if you want to own a bar or if you want to do hair, if you want to do lashes. Like whatever it is, anything that you do, you're gonna have obstacles and you got to know how to overcome them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, man. That is real shit, man. Real shit.
Word.
Real
Word.
shit. How much more you on tour for?
So shit, we're starting the West Coast leg of the tour on Monday in Denver. So shit, we'll be in Denver Monday on the 11th, and then shit, we'll do the whole West Coast through the 20th, and then we wrap up in North Carolina on the 31st.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, man.
You have a I know shit changes, like an ideal date for the album, or like a time.
I wish it's coming soon because
Yeah.
you got to think, like I said, like Revolver Ocelot still hasn't even came out yet.
Yeah,
not for real.
Yeah.
It's out. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been selling it on the tour, but you know the album, man, we just trying to work on bubbling it up and getting that buzz there, and it's definitely getting there. So you know, Revolver Ocelot is going to be one of the catalysts. That other project I told you about is going to be a catalyst. God Body. I got another project that I'm working on actually right now with a crazy talented producer, man. I'm ready to tell you who it is, but I can't.
I feel it. I feel it.
Chill for now. That project is gonna be stupid, man. I got a crazy feature on Conway's new album. Make sure you check that out as well on the 22nd. You know what I'm saying? That's coming soon as well. So you know, it's up. It's definitely up.
Yeah, man. I see nothing but blessings for you, man. You're gonna be one of them people like, where does nigga come from? Nigga, do your background. He came a long way. Like he's one of the top spitters. You know what I'm saying? Like that's dope, man. That is dope. And I appreciate you for this interview. You want to shout out your social medias real quick?
Yeah, sure, man. Make sure y'all follow me on Twitter, on Instagram at JSkeese, JAESKEESC. As well, make sure you go and follow the Drumwork Music page on Instagram, on Twitter, Drumwork Music, you already know. Also, check out my brand. I got a hand-painted fashion brand. You can check that out on Instagram. It's BNBLYC, or you can check out the website, bnblyc.com. Shit is dope.
I think I just see something earlier today. You just dropped a hoodie collection or something?
So that was actually, it was a hoodie collection that I did specifically for Buffalo.
Okay.
Ocelot. Yeah, it was with the Revolver Ocelot joint on there, man. And those hoodies are super dope. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So definitely tap in with that as well. If you go to my Bandcamp right now, jski716.bandcamp.com, you can check that out as well. Shit is dope, man.
All right, bro. Well, that's it, man. I really appreciate you, man. CorporateLikes Entertainment, the Feel with Failure. That's our interview with Skeese, man.
No doubt, man.